not seen us before, let me see all those hands up, yeah. All right, so for all my first timers out here tonight, what you're watching, we are the Italian Osmond family. Now we're a family act, and we travel the world together.
And we'd like to thank our sponsors, Prozac and Jack Daniels, for making that possible.
Yes! All right, so 22 years ago, we started a group called the Bronx Wanderers. I started with my older son right there. That's my younger son in the back on the drums. Yeah. And the other two guys are Vinny's grammar school and high school classmates. They've been in my household since they were 10 years old. And what a journey this has been. But now let's take it back even further. Let's go all the way back to my beginning. If you saw the motion picture of Bronx Tale, then you know where I come from. I come from a great little neighborhood called the Fordham section of the Bronx. Now, it's been great. Like Dion and the Belmonts came out of our neighborhood, and it was Dion who got me a job when I was 17 years old with Columbia Records. I got to spend the next 30 years working with the biggest stars in the business. I would not be on this stage were it not for Dion. So I want to do a little tribute to him, and I want to take you all back to our neighborhood in the Bronx. Let's go back to Arthur Avenue. No, I love you like I do. Neighborhood like 2 weeks ago, and there's nothing, I don't care what they tell you, you are not getting bread here in Las Vegas or pizza, anything like that. When you go back to New York, you really get what it's really all about. And so thank you guys for that. All right, so now it's one of those things where we got our start in this tiny, tiny little town called Tarrytown, New York. And it's almost like we started at the top, because the first guy we got to open up for all the time, and this was before the Jersey Boys, was Mr. Frankie Valli. And we had a ball working with him. From there we moved on, we got to work all the time with Mr. Peter Noon. And he plays here all the time. Make sure you go see him, he is great. And from there we worked our way all the way up, playing all the time, Mr. Paul Anka. And we're going to be with Paul back in November of this year, we'll be with him. There's nothing like working with him. And I got to tell you, for me, this was like, wow. I'm getting to work with all my heroes all the time. But you got to realize, everybody behind me, they were only like 14 years old. So all I would get every single night was, who are these old guys? And I said, no, they're big stars. Someday you're going to wish you had these moments back. So Vinny wanted to do this song a little while ago, and I laughed at him. I said, you realize we used to open up for him all the time. You may not know his name, you definitely know his song. Something by Mr. Mel Carter. Hold me, never let me go until you've told me. Thrill me, walk me down the lane where shadows hold me. Now, what you're watching, I always wanted to be a singer since I was like 5 years old. My dad, I'm going to age myself. My dad, when I was 5 years old, put me on his shoulders at a Soupy Sales concert in New York. Soupy had a big hit out at that time called Do the Mouse, and I had the big bow tie on, and I was like 5 years old, and Soupy took me on stage, and I got to do the Mouse with Soupy. And so I always walked around saying, I want to be a singer, that's all I ever want to be. My freshman year of high school, the kid that's sitting like right near me, I said to him, yeah, someday I want to be a singer. And he said to me, really? He says, maybe you should talk to my mom. And I'm like, I have no idea who he's talking to. I said, yeah, okay, whatever. So with that, he takes me to his house. And I go in the house, and there's pictures all over the walls of Connie Francis. I'm going, oh my God, these people are like big Connie Francis fans. And all of a sudden, his mother comes out from in the back. He was her stepson. That was Tommy Garzilli. And Connie Francis came out, and she was gracious enough to talk to me. And one of our first jobs, I think the kids, Vinny was 14, Nikki was 11. We got to play with her in Chicago, and she passed away today. I have to acknowledge her. What a voice she had. Connie Francis, God bless you. Yeah. And so well, I You still got your shirt on. Wow, that's like a big deal, man.
Thank you.
I mean, you normally wear your t-shirt, but I did see you jumping all over the place, and it's nice that you could do that. That's about it.
I think you're getting this show confused with Chippendales. I don't take my shirt off in this show. I leave this one on.
You know, we might sell more tickets if you do take your shirt off, though. And we'll sell a hell of a lot less if I take my shirt off. Yes, go ahead.
I'm still just perplexed on how you got those pants on in this 105-degree heat. It just looks so sticky.
This is called
situation.
suffering for your art. I suffer for my art. Go ahead.
God. I am really excited though because this year I managed to lose 30 pounds. 30 pounds! Wow. I know.
Don't clap for him.
Yeah, don't clap for me. Clap for Ozempic. That drug is a miracle. Give it up for your scientists, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my God. I have no idea why it's not working for you, but it totally worked for me.
But I gotta tell you, my generation, it was called cocaine.
My generation can't afford that. Can't
It's like
afford that.
everybody, you know, whenever second my try, everybody's like 130 pounds. I'm like, wow, what is that? And they go, you know, and I'm like, and everybody gets sniffle at the same time. So, but it's one of those things where we've now been in Las Vegas 10 years. And what a thrill it has been, yeah, you bet. What a journey it has been. And so the fact that we're 10 years, my only big, gigantic regret is that you've only gotten to see me as the old guy. And I always say when he's out doing his thing and jumping all over, I go, damn, I really wish they would have gotten to see me when I was in my 20s. Finally, through the magic of technology, I'm going to get to show all of you what I looked like when I was 26 years old.
Wow! Oh my God! Wow!
Yes!
We don't need technology. Before, after. I can't wait to grow into my hair like that. Oh my God, is it real? Nobody knows.
All right, we're going to take you all back to a club right now in the Bronx, New York. It's on Tremont Avenue. The club is called the Red Eagle Saloon. It's 1984. On my left, it'll be your right. That's my brother bopping all around. And in the back on the drums, that's a cousin of ours, Mark. And I just want to show you what I looked like when I was 26, but don't make fun of the clothes. It was the 80s.
Oh God!
Till my fingers bled was the summer of those are the best days of my life. I'm 67 now, yes! Medicare, yes! But it was so cool. I'm getting to play all these songs when I was in my 20s, 30s. We're playing all day long. The 15-year-olds, 20-year-olds, 30-year-olds, 50-year-olds, 70-year-olds, all day long. It was
Nothing
great.
keeps a kid in therapy longer than seeing your 67-year-old dad in leather pants.
Yes!
Sing Pour Some Sugar on Me.
Yes!
Nothing can prepare you for this in life. Nothing.
I looked right at those 20-year-olds. I said, here's a song I played for your mother at her prom. Yes! But the flip side was, we had to fill 5 hours of music. So at the same time I had them doing all that, they were doing stuff by Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin, and one of my favorite guys who I love, Tom Jones. I wanted to do 2 songs by Tom Jones. Show these kids you know these songs. Help me out. I saw the light on the night when I passed by her window. This is a privilege of being old, where you get to get that pee-pee break. And so now I'll be back. I'll see you all. Bye then. Goodbye then.
He's gonna say it's a pee break, but I swear to God, he has more costume changes than Cher in the show. He really does. Really, he gets paid to take off his pants more than do songs.
Do you know how hard it was getting those pants off?
I don't wanna know! I don't wanna know! Go away. You guys having a good time tonight so far? Awesome, so are we. Thanks so much for coming out. So 22 years I've been in this show with my dad.
And you never had to get a real job.
Even when he's gone, he's still there. He's like herpes. But he's right. But the reason my dad, my brother, and I created this show was we wanted to create a music show for everyone. We wanted an 85-year-old to be able to go to a rock show and bring her son or daughter, who'd be able to bring the grandson or granddaughter, and they can all enjoy the same show. And one of the greatest joys I've gotten in this 22-year span was watching my dad finally reach the one dream that he always wanted in life, which was to become a Las Vegas headliner. Yeah, he did good. And thanks to him and the guys behind me, I was able to reach my dream, which was never having to have to wake up before noon. Yeah, living the dream. But this whole night I've been doing stuff from my dad's era, and I want to do something from my own. So I want to do a song by one of my favorite bands. They're a band called Green Day. And, cool, 12 people, this is going to go amazing. And I want to dedicate this song to my mom and dad. Another turning point, a fork stuck in the road. Time grabs you by your wrist, directs you where to go. I hope you had the time of your life. So take the photographs and still frames in your mind.
Please watch every one of them as they do an incredible job on this next song.
Here we go, 2.
Is this the real life? Is this just fantasy? Caught in a landslide, no escape from reality. I'm just a poor boy, I need no sympathy. 'Cause I'm easy come, easy go, little high, little low. Just kill the man, put a gun against his head, pulled my trigger, now he's dead. I'm dead. When you try to wonder it's Iron Man, I'm too high. If I'm on the back, that coming right there. Is he Hallelujah? Is he Hallelujah? My people down front, hallelujah. 'Cause I'm down front, gon' give it to you. 'Cause I'm down front. everything that goes with it. I thank you all